Today you are watching episode 2 of Go Groomer, and we are focusing on the GoldenDoodle. We have a GoldenDoodle that we are using for our demo and our tutorial today and the video. And he is a standard size. He is an F1B, which means that his mother was a GoldenDoodle, and his father was a purebred standard poodle. His breeding F1B means that he is his mother was a first generation, and now he is a product of GoldenDoodle bred to a standard poodle. So he's called an F1B, and I'm sure a lot of you have doodles that are, that you see that on their registration. They're an F1B. Really, temperament-wise and stuff like that, we all the doodles are wonderful, whether they are F1B or if they are a mini, or if they're just a golden doodle, like a poodle and a golden retriever. They're great, but what you will notice is coat type. There's differences. Most of your F1B generation of the GoldenDoodles will have a curlier coat, not so much the drop coat and the wavy coat. Some of you may have that, which is actually a beautiful coat too. But the only reason I'm bringing it up is because there are different ways that we're going to go about managing those coats and those coat types. So the dog in the video today, his name's Gus. He's an F1B, and he has a curlier type coat, which is, to me, is considered a very high maintenance coat, which means more work for you guys at home. But that's what I'm here to help you with. Guys, I just want to tell you real quick, stay tuned till the end of the video, because I'm going to tell you what episode 3 has in store for you. Definitely worth waiting for. But secondly, I have a great tip for you doodle lovers. After you're done brushing your dog out, washing it, I got a tip to make him or her look like a doodle again and not look like a fluffed out dog. It's a great tip, and you're going to love it. I'm sure it's on your mind and you're wondering how you can get this done at home. I'll tell you. So first things first, I got to let you know what kind of products that I'll be using today, and products that you should probably be interested in getting at home to maintain your doodles. These are products that I have used, over the years, and have already weeded through what products work and what products don't, and what my favorites are. And I definitely am sharing with you guys my favorite products, the products that are going to get the job done, going to get it done well. Easy on the pet, easy on you, but very effective. So let's take a quick look right now, and I'll show you what we're going to need, what we're going to be using, so you can see before we start the tutorial what products I'm using. And you don't need a lot of products, but you need a good strong brushing arm. Those doodles are big. You're going to need a good slicker brush. This one's made by Activet. It's flexible, has lots of teeth to remove the dead hair and get through some mats. You're going to need a good grooming comb that has the larger teeth and the smaller teeth, which will help you check your brushing. And this product is made by Nature's Specialty. It is called Quicker Slicker. It is fantastic for brushing out your dog in between grooms or before a bath. I put it in a spray bottle and I spray it into the coat. Just spray a light mist. So you ready? Let's get brushing. And here is our GoldenDoodle. This is Gus. He is an 11-month-old GoldenDoodle. He's getting his adult coat for sure. It's coming in real nice. This is Pearl. She doesn't understand why he gets so much table time, and she doesn't. That's my girl. So anyway, I want to let you know, guys, back here around their rump area where they sit a lot, these are areas that can become matted very easily. You really got to keep that brushed out. And here at their flank, that's another area that you may think is too sensitive to brush, but be gentle. You can get in there. It will mat. In their armpits, behind their ears, and Gus has a lot of coat on his neck here. I keep that coat longer so that he looks bigger and more massive It's actually pretty long. His coat there is about 4 inches long, but it gives him the illusion that he is a much more stockier guy. But it's something that needs to be brushed out a lot, like 2 or 3 times a week. So now we're going to brush Gus out. This is called line brushing. This technique is used for most breeds, especially thicker coats. You're going to find that this is how you need to do it. But you're holding the hair with your thumb, holding it back and pulling it out with the brush. So if he would stand and behave, we could see. But always check your work with your comb. That tells you you're well brushed out. But watch how I'm going to hold the hair with my thumb. See that? I'm going to hold it up with my thumb and pull it out of the brush with my other hand. And that means I'm getting to the skin. You don't want to press hard into the skin. You're just trying to grab the hair. Pull the hair out from your thumb. Pull it out with the brush. It's called line brushing. So that will get it done properly. You'll be able to get a comb through it, and then that means the dog is brushed out. If you can't get that comb through it, then it's not brushed out. So here again, you can see I'm holding the hair with my thumb out of the way and pulling it out of the brush. I'm pulling it down with the brush, and you'll do that all over the dog. And I'm getting into the skin. You can see that right there. We're getting to the skin. And that means we're brushing him out properly. That's what you need to do. And just takes patience. It can be done. If you're waiting to brush your dogs for a long, long time, you're going to have a lot of work. Okay, now Gus is all brushed out and he's ready to get into the tub. I'm going to quickly show you right now what products that we're using in the tub. And a couple of the products you really should think about getting. One especially is the Tropical Facial Scrub. I know I say that a lot. It's a great product. So before we get Gus in the tub, I'm going to go over our products. This is our Coat Handler Shampoo and Conditioner, the De-Shedding Shampoo and Conditioner. This is the Tropical Facial Scrub. And this is a mixing bottle that you can mix your shampoo in. And you would need another one for your conditioner. Has the dilution ratios there. Okay, let's get him in the tub. All right, our first step in the tub is always to over rinse. We're trying to loosen everything up on the coat. We brushed him out nicely prior to putting him in the tub because we want to make sure we can get into his skin. We're cleaning from the skin all the way out. So the skin needs to be good and clean, and then we're cleaning the coat. So we're going to thoroughly rinse first, guys. You can never rinse enough. Just rinsing stuff off your dog's coat, loosening everything up. So that's very important. We keep rinsing and rinsing, and of course we're talking about a doodle here, so we got lots of rinsing to do, right? Lots of work here, but it's so worth it. They feel amazing when they're clean. They are just beautiful, and the coat, just you can't stop touching it. You know what I mean. Now we're going to wash him. He's rinsed. I usually start at the back of their neck. I don't wash their face first usually, especially a dog with as much hair as Gus, because when you get their face wet and their ears, the hair on their ears and their head, they tend to want to shake. Now there's ways you can keep them from shaking, but then that means you're going to get soaked if they start shaking the hair off their face. So I tend to start at the neck and the withers at the top of their, behind their neck, and keep going. And you want to start on their back and work your way down because let gravity work that soap down to their legs, and then you're gonna soap up their legs and their tail and everything very well too. But always let the soap fall down them. Really, really get in there with the soap. You want to get the skin clean. Remember that, guys. They're trying to get the skin clean. If you get that skin clean, your coat's clean too. You're getting all the way into the skin. So you can see every little inch we're going to clean. And then we got to heavily rinse. We're working on his face now. We're going to rinse it, and we're going to apply our facial scrub and get him good and clean. Facial scrub around the eyes and the mouth especially to loosen up the debris that builds up at their eyes and their mouth. And then we're washing. I to hold his ears down. You know, you don't want to shoot water or soap into their ears. Tilt the nose down so the water runs off of their face. You don't want to get it up their nose and their ears. And then we gotta rinse heavily. Rinse everything off. That's very key. Leaves the coat extremely squeaky clean. No buildup. It means they will stay cleaner longer if you rinse everything off of them. There will be no buildup to start collecting dirt back in their coat, you know. And these dogs have a lot of coat, so they easily, they're high maintenance. I'm telling you, they easily will be in need of bathing and brushing. I know what you're thinking. You're watching this and you're saying, I can't do my doodle at home. I can't do him in the tub like that. That's never gonna work. Sorry, Amy, you're crazy. I'm not crazy. In fact, just keep watching. At the end of this video, I'm going to tell you what we're doing in 2 weeks for episode 3. So it'll be 2 weeks from when this video airs. Episode 3 is going to show you where, how, and how easy it is to wash your doodle, or your Bernese Mountain Dog, or your standard poodle, or your Cocker Spaniel. Okay, you get it. I'm going to give you an option, and I'm going to tell you how it goes and how it'll go for you, so you don't have to guess. Okay, let's keep watching. Now, this is something that I do regularly for a dog that has some length to them. These doodles, you know, they have a lot of length on their legs and on their bodies. It depends on what the customer or what you guys are wanting to maintain at home. I like length on my doodle. I think they look great. Unfortunately, that means I'm doing a lot of brushing and bathing on my dog, but I think it's worth it. He gets compliments all the time on how beautiful he looks. And so I will brush them when they're wet, especially the areas that are longer. You know, like, remember I said that hair on the back of his neck's about 4 inches long. You can get through it so easily when it's wet, and after you've applied the conditioner and brush through it. It's so easy to get through it. It makes your brushing easier after you've dried him. It just loosens everything up, and no mats, and it's easy to get through when it's wet, guys. Just like when we comb our hair or brush our hair. It's much easier to do when it's wet than when it's dry, right? It's the same with our puppies. Now we're going to turn him around and wash the other side. And don't leave any ounce of him unwashed. I mean, the pads of their feet, everything. Wash everything. Now we've rinsed him and we are conditioning him. This is another key thing, guys. Keep it in mind. Conditioner helps you to keep your dog brushed out longer, and it's also good for balancing his skin so he doesn't get too oily or too dry. Conditioner is great. I don't think there's many breeds I would suggest not to condition, unless you were showing, of course. There's certain breeds that you wouldn't, but for our doodles, definitely condition, guys. It's great, and then we can brush through it so easily, and I mean, their coat's just going to be amazing when we're done, especially if we're brushing this conditioner through while they're in the tub. And then we're going to go through after that and heavily rinse it again. So rinsing is important, and they're going to spend some time in the tub, but you'll understand why you did that once your dog is dry. After you've went through this whole process, you'll say, I understand now, because when you touch that coat, you'll know exactly what I'm saying. So, and then here we go. We rinse, rinse, rinse. Very important. If you're not sure if he's rinsed enough, just keep rinsing, because you can't rinse enough. It gets everything off of him. It just leaves the coat extremely clean and nothing's left behind. So over rinse, over rinse. Continue with that until the water is running clean off of your dog. You can still see here that, you know, there was soap coming out of him, conditioner. Now we have him up on a table, and I use a force dryer, and you guys can get force dryers. They're not terribly expensive. You could probably pick one up between $150 to $200. If you've got a big breed, it might be worth it for you. And I'll tell you, those motors last forever. Once you buy one, you'll never really be replacing it. Now it's time to line brush again. He's dry. If you don't dry him or have a force dryer, that's okay. Let the dog dry. Brush him when he gets out of the tub. Let him dry, whether it's the next day. I wouldn't wait any longer than the next day. Then thoroughly brush him out after he's been bathed and dry. That's the finishing part of this, prepping them, their coat. And it will stay brushed out and stay nice and clean for quite some time. Now watch this, guys. You notice Gus is getting real fussy when I'm going to brush his legs. You're going to come across this. You can see that he hates it. I slowed this down to show you. I'm talking to him. I'm talking to him very quietly and very consistently and very nicely and telling him that it's going to be okay, that he's fine, this is a good boy. And guess what? He's stopped thinking about the fact that I was brushing his leg, which he absolutely cannot stand. And he is focused on what I'm saying to him. And I get real close to him and talk real quietly into his ear. It really is distracting for them. And you can get through it. If you allow them to get themselves in a tiz, it's hard to talk them off the ledge. It's hard to bring them back to reality. But you talk them out of being crazy. And you keep telling them they're doing great. And you get real close to them. Trust me, it works. Look how Gus calmed down. You might want to replay that a little if you struggle with this with your own dog. There's just a lot of dogs that don't like certain areas touched or brushed, and you get real close to them and you talk to them and you can talk them out of it. And this is with any dog, not just your own dog. If you work with a dog and there's a sense of trust between you and the dog, you can talk them out of some bad behavior. It's really cool. And hopefully you try it at home. And if it works for you, please let me know, because I think it's a great trick and it does work. Now I wanted to show you real quick how long this hair is on Gus. And I want to tell you real quick why. When I leave the hair, and not just on Gus, on a lot of doodles, a lot of poodles too, long at the nape there and it goes into their top knot, it really makes them look stronger and taller and bigger. It's a great trick. So you can talk to your groomer about that too. Now I want you to see how beautiful and how soft this coat is. And it just feels like, literally, it feels like touching a cloud. It's amazing. You guys are not going to be able to stop touching your dog because they really do have an amazing coat. But it's completely different when it's clean and when it's not clean. So here is a really interesting tip for you guys. You're going to like this because you're watching what I'm doing with Gus and you see how fluffed out he is, and he doesn't look real doodly. Not like we're used to seeing our doodles, you know, and you're like, well, that looks great and all, but I really like that curly kind of crazy coat that they have. Well, guess what? Just because you brush your dog out and wash him and dry him or whatever you want to do, even if you don't use a dryer, you brush him out. You brush him before the bath, you bathe him, you brush him when he's wet. When he's dry, you brush him again, and you have a beautiful coat like we just saw. Gus's coat looks like a cloud. It's great. But then you're saying, okay, well, I don't like that he looks so fluffed. Well, you just get a spray bottle, get some water in it, some lukewarm water. After he's all brushed out, and this is even if you're not bathing him today. If, say, you brushed him and you're like, now he looks all brushed. I like him to look crazy curly. So you just light mist of water around the coat. You know, don't soak in the coat. Light mist over the dog. And then you scrunch just like you do with our hair. My hair's scrunched. My hair is kind of doodly, isn't it? Oh, I just realized that. That's all you do. So you spray a mist of the water into the coat after he's brushed out, and you scrunch like this, and then you don't touch it. Don't mess with those curls. But they are brushed out. He's not going to mat, and your dog still looks like a doodle. And you're happy. And so is he. And he loves you because you just made him beautiful.
Hi guys, it's Amy Lee coming to you from a dog wash station at a car wash here in Pennsylvania. Next week, episode 3 is going to be a full demo with the largest breed I can find. Demo in a dog wash station. And a full review coming from me. This will be my first time ever using one. And I will give you a full review. Looks like Gus is excited to go
This is the Clean facial scrub. And this is it attaches to your bathtub. This is the Active Vet brushes. They're the best. And the Coat Handler shampoo. I love it. And the Coat Handler conditioner is great. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Please subscribe and ring the bell for future updated videos.